June 2013, Aaron Hernandez was arrested and charged with the first-degree murder of Odin Lloyd. Prior to that, Aaron was one of the brightest stars in the NFL.
Looks to throw, open, caught Hernandez. Oh, what a catch! What a terrific catch! Bring it up!
You look at Hernandez, I know we call him a tight end, but he's part wide receiver out there.
As a talented tight end for the New England Patriots, he seemed destined for greatness. But behind the scenes, Aaron was leading a troubled life, plagued with legal battles and personal demons. On June 17, 2013, Odin Lloyd was found dead in the industrial park near Aaron's home in North Attleboro, Massachusetts. Lloyd was a semi-professional football player who knew Aaron Hernandez because he was dating his fiance's sister. Lloyd's death sent shockwaves through the community, and the investigation into his murder soon led police back to Aaron Hernandez. Some of the key evidence that linked Aaron to the crime were a series of text messages, surveillance footage, eyewitness testimony, and on the fourth day of trial, a pair of Nike Air Jordan 11s. Around 3:30 a.m., a few hours before the murder of Odin Lloyd, a gas station just 2.5 miles from where Lloyd's body was found captured Aaron Hernandez filling up a gas can, buying cigarettes, paying with cash, and appearing to be in a rush. 2 hours later, around 5:30 a.m., and shortly after Lloyd's body was discovered, Aaron's personal surveillance cameras captured him returning home, gun in hand, with Nike Air Jordan 11s on his feet. The type of shoes are important because police found a footprint in the dirt a few feet away from Lloyd's bullet-riddled body that appears to be from the same shoes that Aaron was wearing that night. The footprint featured a sole with a herringbone pattern, a series of 3 circles in various sizes, a ripple in the middle, and an imprint of the famous Jordan Jumpman logo. In an attempt to prove that the footprint was Aaron's and to tie him to the crime scene, prosecutors called in Herbert Hedges, a 30-year consultant for Nike, to help identify the shoes worn by Aaron Hernandez on the night of the murder. In both the surveillance footage at the gas station and the footage from his home, Herbert said that Aaron was indeed wearing a pair of Nike Air Jordan 11s. They also determined that the footprint at the scene was a size 13, which is the same size of shoe that Aaron reportedly wears. This was crucial because according to Herbert, shoes that large have a significantly different outsole than smaller sizes, making it easier to pin the footprint at the scene to Aaron Hernandez. Nike also provided police with a brand new pair of size 13 Air Jordan 11s, which a crime scene specialist used to prove that the footprint at the scene was in fact the same shoe they were given. It was a perfect match. But 7 days later, Aaron's defense casted doubt on prosecutors using the footwear as evidence. Aaron's defense pointed out that Nike has produced more than 3 million shoes featuring that same Air Jordan 11 outsole, and that it could be anybody's footprint at the scene, not just that of Aaron Hernandez. They also argued that the crime scene was extremely busy and littered with numerous footprints that rendered any footwear impressions unreliable. But no matter how much the defense casted doubt, the prosecution had an even more reliable piece of evidence that would tie Aaron Hernandez to the crime scene's footprint. They had the actual shoes that Aaron was wearing that night. Or so they thought.
Inside Aaron Hernandez's North Attleboro home. This as attorneys fight over evidence gathered from the house in connection with the murder of Odin Lloyd.
Back in the beginning of their investigation into Aaron's involvement in this murder, police raided his mansion and took photographs throughout the house, including a large closet in his bedroom. Clearly visible in one of the photographs were the black and white Air Jordan 11s that he wore on the night of the murder. But on May 16th, when police returned to the home to retrieve them for evidence, the shoes were not in the closet and the Air Jordan 11s could no longer be found anywhere in the house. It's believed that Aaron had destroyed the shoes to make sure they couldn't be used against him in court. Although the shoes were no longer there, the footage still helped prosecutors further tie Aaron Hernandez to the crime scene and amplify the evidence they had already gathered. And on April 15, 2015, Aaron Hernandez was found guilty of the murder of Odin Lloyd and sentenced to life behind bars without the possibility of parole.